Right. Our next topic is web crawling, and we are done with the link analysis. Sai Krishna have sent the PPTs of link analysis to yesterday. So let us see what is the web crawling and what is the basic web crawlers, and what are different types of web crawlers. The different types of web crawlers we have are universal crawlers, preferential crawlers, and what are the issues when developing the crawlers, what is the evaluation of preferences, ethics and conflicts. All we are going to study in this chapter. Web crawlers, in short we call it as crawlers, and it are also called as spiders, robots, web agents, and worms, vanders and worms. And the famous instances of these web crawlers are Googlebot, Scooter, Slurp, MSN Bot, so on. So what is basically a web crawler is? Web crawlers are programs which automatically downloads web pages. If web crawler programs are not developed manually, you need to visit each and every hyperlink URL, and you need to download the web pages. So it is very cumbersome. It's very difficult to download n number of, that is billions of pages. In the web you have many pages, and downloading these web pages manually is very difficult. That's why we'll write a software or we'll develop a program which downloads the pages that the users needs on behalf of us. So what the crawler will do, a crawler will visit the sites and collects the informations and analyze or mine it either online or offline, and it will give to the users. That means first of all the crawler will collect the pages from various sites, and they'll store it in a repository or in a particular database, and whenever there is a search, then according to the mining techniques we'll search the pages which are there in the repository and will present to the user. So there is a continuous need for crawlers, that they have to download the current pages and links that are added or deleted or updated in the web. The applications of web crawlers. First application is search engine. Web crawlers are very much used for search engines like Google, Yahoo, MSN Windows, Ask, etc. They collect pages for search engines mainly to build the indexes. And other example, that is vertical search engines, which are specialized search engines, like to collect the informations for news, for shopping purpose, that is e-commerce purpose. And the third one, business intelligence, to keep track of our rival business partners, or sorry, business competitors or partners, we use web crawlers. And see, you have understood the definition of web crawler, right? That is to download the pages. Then what is the difference between web crawling and web scraping? Anyone have idea difference between crawling and scraping? Yes, very good. And the another application is monitoring the websites which are interest of the users, or else to notify the user of the updates the website have. So for business purpose it is used, for search engines it is used, and for monitoring the websites, and even for evil purpose. That is like spamming of emails, phishings, or any other malicious applications. For evil purpose also web crawlers are used. The taxonomy of crawlers, there are different crawlers are there. Out of that, the main thing is universal crawlers, preferential crawlers, and the preferential crawlers again divided into focused crawlers, topical crawlers. Topical crawlers are divided into adaptive topical crawlers, statical crawlers, and so on. So, basic crawler algorithm. So this is the basic crawler. These are the steps. We'll start with the initial URLs, and using that initial URLs are called as seed URLs. Using this initial URLs, you'll download the pages, and inside the pages if you find the URLs, and that URLs also get downloaded. So, and see, this will traverse in a sequential form. This means after initializing the frontier, then you need to queue the URLs and then download the web pages. So this is the basic, it is a basic crawler which is a sequential. So it starts from the seed URLs and uses these links within them to fetch other pages.
మ్యామ్
So if you see, ఏంటమ్మా
మ్యామ్ సీడ్ యూఆర్ఎల్స్ లో లైక్ లింక్స్ ఉంటే అవి కూడా డౌన్లోడ్ అవుతాయి అన్నారు కదా మ్యామ్.
అవును అవుతాయమ్మా.
ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ చైన్ మ్యామ్, లింక్స్ లో లోపల లింక్స్ లో అలా ఒక పేజ్ లో ఇంకో లింక్స్, ఆ పేజ్ లో ఇంకో లింక్స్ అలా ఉంటే అన్ని డౌన్లోడ్ అవుతాయా మ్యామ్?
కానీ when you write the program, see you are the programmer, right? The depth you need to decide.
ఓకే,
50
డెప్త్ డిసైడ్.
ఎంత అనేది మీరు డిసైడ్ చేయాలి.
ఓకే మ్యామ్.
So so all these unvisited URLs which are there first will be stored in a frontier. Frontier is a data structure. It is a queue. So see, నువ్వు అడిగిన క్వశ్చన్ హర్షిత్, the crawling process may be terminated when certain number of pages has been crawled, or the crawler also be forced to stop if the frontier becomes empty. Either of the two cases. Either when the criteria that is you specified depth is reached, or else the frontier is empty. In either of the cases, the loop will get stopped.
ఓకే మ్యామ్.
So when you are talking about web pages is obviously can be represented in terms of graph. So it in turn is a graph search algorithm, wherein pages are the nodes and hyperlinks are the edges. So it is considered as analogous to fetching of pages, and extracting the link is similar to expanding the nodes in the graph search. So all the pages, all the links, see within the page there are different links. All that links should be initialized to frontier. And this frontier will be in main memory. These are stored in the main memory for efficiency. And see, we are designing the queue, so even we can develop in terms of priority queue. The next slide lo vastundi. So the URLs are fetched in the form of
ఫ్రాంటియర్స్ మ్యామ్.
frontiers లో URLs ఎలా ఫెచ్ అవుతాయి?
As documents, they'll download
First in,
like
first
notes.
out. First queue
Notes.
kada.
Okay, okay.
Queue
Okay.
kada.
Yes, ma'am.
So first in, first out. So we'll store the data at front
Yes, ma'am.
and DQ at
Back. Sorry, front only.
first in, first out. So breadth first crawlers. We are representing this in the form of nodes are implemented in first out queues corresponding to the breadth first crawlers. The URL to crawl next comes from the head of the queue, and the new new URLs are added to the tail of the queue. So we need to define the maximum size of the queue, and if the maximum size is attained and you are removing only one URL at a time. So if as the maximum size is attained, you can place only one URL in the queue. Any doubts?
Ma'am, once repeat it, ma'am.
Maximum size has been attained. So for example, assume that the maximum size of the your frontier is attained. So when you are dequeuing it, you are dequeuing only one URL, right? So you
Yes,
can
ma'am.
add only one URL to it.
Okay. But if there are like 5 to 6 links, we should add one at a time.
You are fetching only one at a time, kada?
Yes, ma'am.
Obviously, and you are adding it. And if you are using threads ankondi, for example, if you are in distributed system, now we are talking about a single thread. If you are using multiple threads, you can add multiple URLs at a time.
Okay. To each thread, one URL.
According if you are using Java threads or any thread program, obviously you can add
Okay. చేస్తే మాత్రం డీలింగ్
maximum this అయితే అయిపోయింది కదా. And this is the important. The breadth first strategy does not imply that pages are visited in random order. How we can say that they are not visited in random order? They are visited in a particular order. And say when you in a website, you have a links that mostly you have the links that points to the subdomains. If ఈ గ్రాఫ్ తీసుకున్నప్పుడు say this is the root node and these two are child nodes. These child nodes are the subdomains of the main page. Mostly websites అలానే డిజైన్ అయి ఉంటాయి. So if there are same domains, means we are traversing to the hyperlinks which are more related to your original home page. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
The child nodes ఎప్పుడు root node కి the child nodes will always be similar or more related to your root nodes. If not, they belongs to the same domain. uh, if you are linking to the other hyperlinks or other pages, means that, say for example, this child node is having link, right? If the more links is there, means they are having more authoritative, they are having more page ranks. The second way you can think it of, that means you are traversing the pages not in a random way, but you are traversing in a breadth first search, means that you are traversing the pages which are more related to your root node. Any doubts?
Ma'am, that implies which are out of domain, like which are other pages that will be given last preference to open, like to read
లాస్ట్
there.
ప్రిఫరెన్స్ కాదు. ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఈ చైల్డ్ నోట్ టాప్, ఈ చైల్డ్ నోట్స్ తీసుకోండి, సిబ్లింగ్స్
Yes, ma'am.
తీసుకోండి. ఇఫ్ ద సెకండ్ లింక్ ఇస్ నాట్ సబ్ డొమైన్ అనుకోండి, బట్ స్టిల్ యు ఆర్ ప్రెజెంటింగ్ in your as in your page, means that it is some similarity.
Okay.
ఇప్పుడు బిలో చైల్డ్ పేజెస్ కన్నా సరే సిబ్లింగ్ పేజెస్ ఆర్ మోర్ రిలేటెడ్,
Yes, ma'am.
right? So we are, say if you take the DFS rather than BFS, how you will travel? First root node, then child node, and then again child node,
Up to leaf node.
up to leaf. So there may be a chance that the root node and the leaf node may not much related when compared to the sibling nodes.
Yes, ma'am.
Ante kada. So
Ma'am.
with all these reasons, ఈ పేజ్ అంతా అదే. With all these reasons, we can say that we are not randomly selecting. Popular pages have so many incoming links that they act as attractors for BFS, or sorry, BF crawlers.
That means even though if it is out of domain kind of thing, if it is very popular, like having more links,
Popular we are
it
linking
can
kada.
we are linking. Okay, ma'am.
The order of pages that are visited in BFC is highly correlated with page rank or in degree values. Any doubts in the third statement? Shall I proceed? So, see, we are traversing in the form of BFS, and so more related pages you are linking first. So we can say that this implication phenomena is bias search engine. That means we are indexing the well connected pages first. So by seeing the structure, we can say that the all the neighbor, that means all the siblings in the graph are related, and they are more related to the seed pages. And the same mechanism we use in universal crawlers. When you use a BFC and when you plot the graph, then it will the graph will be more tailed, symmetric graph laga kakunda, it will be a tail graph. Have you understood?
No, ma'am. సరిగా అర్థం కాలే tailed అంటే.
అంటే దాని ఏమంటారు, నేను సడన్ గా వర్డ్ మర్చిపోయాను, ఒక్క నిమిషం ఆగండి.
Like pointed, ma'am. Edge, like.
itla skewed, right? The word is skewed.
Okay.
Skewed to one end, ఎందుకంటే ఫస్ట్ మోర్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ పేజెస్ అన్ని ఫస్ట్ ఇండెక్స్ చేసేస్తాం కదా. సో లాస్ట్ కొన్ని వచ్చేటప్పటికి లాస్ట్ లెస్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఉంటాయి. దట్స్ వై విల్ సే దట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ బయాస్డ్ టువర్డ్స్ మోర్ ఇండెక్సింగ్ పేజెస్ ఆర్ వెల్ ఇండెక్స్డ్ కనెక్టెడ్ పేజెస్. ఎనీ అదర్ డౌట్స్? ఇప్పుడు ఐ థింక్ ఇట్ ఈస్ క్లియర్ నౌ.
Yes, ma'am.
And when you are adding the URLs to the frontier, the unvisited URLs should be added. So how you can find out whether the URL is visited or not visited? Because in other pages also the same URL can be found. So you should not add the already visited URLs to the frontier. For this purpose, you use another table or hashing technique to check whether the URLs are visited or not. So another database or another data structure we'll use wherein all the visited URLs will be placed. And whenever we find a new URL, that will be compared with the new data structure, and if that URL is not there in that data structure, then it will be added to the frontier. Any doubts? Preferential crawlers. Preferential, the name itself, it is saying that we are going to give some priority.
Ma'am, as you said, universal crawlers will do BFC, ma'am.
అవును,
Okay, ma'am.
ఇక్కడ గ్రాఫ్ ఇచ్చాను కదమ్మా, మీరు కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అవ్వకుండా.
Yes, ma'am.
యూనివర్స్ ఇక్కడ ఇవ్వలేదా? ఓకే. లాస్ట్ లైన్. రైట్. So when you are fetching the data from the frontier, that should be given some priority. And when to crawl the data. See, even all the URLs you need to crawl, but sometimes going in first out is not required. For example, there are some important URLs are there which has to be downloaded frequently. Example, dynamic pages and static pages. You have the URLs having dynamic pages as well as static pages. Static pages will never change. So once you download it, it is enough. But the dynamic pages will be changed very frequently. So you have to download quickly. The priority has to be given to a dynamic page. And other priorities also we'll see. What the preferential crawlers will do, will assign some priority based on this estimate value, and how this estimate value are calculated we'll see in next section. But based on some estimated value, the priority is calculated, and this priority is assigned to the unvisited links. So these estimating values is based on the degree of the pages or the content properties. That means the similarity between the query given and the content of the page, or some any other features. So based on this, the values of the priorities are calculated. And the choice you are making for the initial URLs is also important. in this case rather than in BFC. And there are some functions to assign these priority values. And if the pages are visited according to this priority value, then they are called as best first crawlers. So the priority queue which we are using is a dynamic array that always need to sorted according to your URL scores. And at each step, the best URL is picked from the head of the queue. Once the corresponding page is fetched, the URLs extracted from it must in turn be scored. Have you understood the second statement? So see, if they are the dynamic pages and you want to again want to fetch the page after a few minutes or after some periodic time, then again that URL should be scored and should be placed in queue. And they should be added to the frontier according to their priority value.
Ma'am, after entering into queue, we will score again everything, or like after certain time they will score again, ma'am.
It's అంటే ఆటోమేటిక్లీ స్కోరింగ్ ఇవ్వాలి అంటావా? ఐ డెంట్ గెట్ యువర్ క్వశ్చన్.
మ్యామ్ అంటే ఒకటి ఫెచ్ చేసినాక యూఆర్ఎల్ దాంట్లోంచి ఎక్స్ట్రాక్ట్ అయిన యూఆర్ఎల్స్ అన్నిటిని మళ్ళీ క్యూ చేస్తాం కదా మ్యామ్, క్యూలోకి యాడ్ చేస్తాం కదా మ్యామ్. అప్పుడు అన్నిటికీ స్కోరింగ్ ఇవ్వాలా? ఐ మీన్ లైక్ బికాస్ బెస్ట్ యూఆర్ఎల్ ఫెచ్ చేయడానికి అప్పుడు స్కోరింగ్ ఇవ్వాలా, లేకపోతే ఆఫ్టర్ సర్టెన్ టైమ్ పీరియాడిక్లీ వి హావ్ టు
లేదు, ఇమీడియట్లీ స్కోరింగ్ ఇవ్వాలి. బట్ మళ్ళీ క్యూలో యాడ్ చేస్తే హ్యాష్ టేబుల్ లో ఆల్రెడీ విజిటెడ్ అని వస్తుంది కదా, సో స్కోరింగ్ ఇచ్చి మళ్ళీ క్యూకి యాడ్ చేసే ముందు ఇది డీక్యూ చేయాలి ఇక్కడ.
డీక్యూ చేస్తాం మ్యామ్. లైక్ చైల్డ్ నోట్స్ మ్యామ్, దాని నుంచి ఎక్స్ట్రాక్ట్ అయిన యూఆర్ఎల్స్ గురించి చెప్తున్నాం.
నువ్వు పేరెంట్ నోడా చైల్డ్ నోడా పక్కన పెట్టు. పేరెంట్ నోడ్ కనుక ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ థింకింగ్ దట్ ఇట్ షుడ్ బి క్రాల్డ్ అని చెప్పి అనుకున్నప్పుడు
ఓకే, డీక్యూ చేయాలి కదా అంటారు. ఎస్ మ్యామ్.
ఎందుకంటే అందులో ఉన్న యూఆర్ఎల్స్ మారచ్చు కదా.
ఎస్ మ్యామ్.
ఇట్స్ ఎ డైనమిక్ పేజ్. So you need to avoid the duplicate URLs in the frontier, and you know how to avoid the duplicate URLs, or else how unvisited you should maintain a lookup table. The time complexity of inserting a URL into priority queue is big of log f, where f is frontier size. Implementation issues. When you want to implement a crawler, what are the challenges or issues you will face? Are while fetching you will face an issue. Parsing, stop word removal, you have to remove the stop words for efficient URL retrieval. Link extractions and canonicalization, spider traps, page repository, and concurrency. So what is the fetching issue? When you want to fetch any page, first of all you need to send an HTTP request to the server, and then you will read the response from the server. Then when this communication takes place, the client needs some timeout connections, because you know why timeouts are required. When certain time is not required, if time is not specified, what happens?
Infinite waiting time.
Infinite time waiting time. To avoid that, you need to give timeout also while fetching the data. ఇక్కడ ఇచ్చేసానా? To prevent spending unnecessary time waiting for response from slow servers. And while fetching also, you cannot fetch, say, we said we are limiting to 50 hyperlinks or else that you are specifying in times of bytes of data. So you need to restrict the data up to 10 to 100 kilobytes per page or per site. You cannot download more data or more pages. Per page, only 10 to 100 kilobytes are allowed. This is the main issue, fetching issue. And one more. What do you mean by redirect loops?
A to B, B to A.
Okay. Redirect loops are to be detected and should be broken for the URLs. And if you find the same URLs, then you need to stop the program. First of all, what is the first thing? You need to go with the timeout connections and you need to identify the redirect loops. And then the third one, even error checking and exceptional handling is important. So automatically you need to check the time, the system has to check out the timeouts values and status code values. Any doubts in fetching? Only 3 words. First, timeout values you need to specify. You need to restrict the data that you are downloading, and error checking and exceptional handling has to be taken care. Parsing. So your HTML code will be converted into DOM tree, right? ఇది మీ అందరికీ తెలుసు. So once the page is downloaded, the parser will parse the data for the content in the HTML pages. So while parsing, చెప్పండి what are the problems that the parser may face? Any idea? మెయిన్ ప్రాబ్లం ఏముంటుంది చెప్పండి పార్సింగ్ చేసేటప్పుడు?
Like given syntax mismatch, ma'am. Like all.
Yes, the main thing is syntax mismatch. HTML parsers build the tree in depth first manner, and the main thing is non-expert expert authors will generate the web page with syntax errors. For example, you should not give double quotes. You need to specify as ampersand quote. And the third thing is so while parsing, the most callers will use a tool called as tidy tool, which fixes these syntaxes. There is a tool called tidy. And the second thing, if you want to parse any page which is not HTML, which you want to parse a file which is not HTML, then your crawler should support such files also, like PDF, Microsoft Word or Microsoft PowerPoint. And there are much more difficult formats are there, like video files or something flash files. These files are very much difficult to parse. The crawler should handle non-HTML format files also.
Ma'am, are it crawlers supports for only text documents, ma'am? Like, I thought only for text documents, crawlers.
You are crawling the files అంటే all types of files కదా, video files, audio files. Artificial intelligence చాలా ఇంప్రూవ్ అయింది.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
We are limited to only HTML files. ఫస్ట్ ఏదైనా ట్రై చేయండి వచ్చిన HTML ఫైల్ డౌన్లోడ్ కి. I have given small work to you before exams. Anyone tried? ఏమిచ్చాను? What the work I have given? ట్రై చేశారు ఎవరైనా? సరే, ఎలా ఏదైనా టూల్ కనిపెట్టారు అట్లీస్ట్? ఎనీ టూల్ ఎనీవన్ హ్యాస్ సీన్? సరేలేండి. సో స్టాప్ వర్డ్ రిమూవల్. So when you want to extract any content or any new URLs, then you need to remove the stop words. Why to remove the stop words? Because when the stop words are there, the classification of data or when you want to separate any URLs, that it becomes very difficult. So we need to remove the stop words from the pages before extracting the URLs or any other pages. And another useful technique is stemming. What is the stemming?
Retrieving index terms.
Retrieving the index terms. So we have previously I have told that there are different types of crawlers are there, like universal crawlers, preferential crawlers, topical crawlers. So in a topical crawler, link is scored based on similarity between the source page and the query. So stemming the query as well as the pages will improve the matches between this query and the source pages, and the accuracy will get increased. So while extracting, you need to remove the stop words and you need to stem the data both in query as well as in source page.
మ్యామ్ ఏం క్వరీ అర్థం కాలేదు మ్యామ్.
మీరు సెర్చ్ ఇంజిన్ టెక్స్ట్ బాక్స్ లో క్వెరీ ఇస్తారు కదమ్మా, ఆ క్వెరీ టర్మ్ ని కూడా స్టెమ్ వర్డ్ కింద చేంజ్ చేయాలి.
ఎస్ మ్యామ్.
మర్చిపోయారు
మ్యామ్ క్వెరీ గురించి ఐడియా ఉంది, ఇక్కడ లైక్ డాక్యుమెంట్స్ డౌన్లోడ్ లో ఇది లింక్ అర్థం కావట్లేదు మ్యామ్ దానికి.
డాక్యుమెంట్స్ లో కాదమ్మా, టాపికల్ క్రాలర్ లో క్రాలింగ్ అని అంటే పేజెస్ ని కూడా డౌన్లోడ్ చేస్తున్నారు అకార్డింగ్ టు యువర్ క్వరీ, నాట్ అకార్డింగ్ టు యువర్.
ఓకే, సీడ్ యూఆర్ఎల్ కాకుండా క్వెరీ బేస్డ్ మీద
క్వరీ ఇస్తారు. క్వెరీస్ లో కూడా ఫస్ట్ కొన్ని సెర్చ్ ఇంజిన్స్ సీడ్ పేజెస్ తీసుకుంటాయి, దాని నుంచి ఇంకా రిట్రీవ్ దాని ఏమంటారు ఎక్స్పాన్షన్స్ ఆఫ్ క్వెరీస్, వీటన్నిటిలో కింద డిఫరెంట్ టెక్నిక్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా. ఐఆర్ఎస్ లో కూడా చదివారా ఇది? ఓన్లీ ఒక్క టెక్నిక్ కే మనం కన్ఫైన్ అవ్వం కదా. ఐదర్ వి గివ్ సీడ్ పేజెస్ మాన్యువల్లీ ఆర్ అకార్డింగ్ టు ద క్వెరీస్ సమ్ సీడ్ పేజెస్ ఆర్ టేకెన్ అండ్ ఫ్రమ్ దట్ మోర్ పేజెస్ ఆర్ రిట్రీవ్డ్ అండ్ దే విల్ బి ర్యాంక్.
ఓకే,
It's based on how you develop your crawler program అనేది కదా.
yes ma'am.
Any other doubts? I'll stop here. Yes, I'll stop here.
మ్యామ్
చెప్పమ్మా.
ఇందాక ఇది ప్రిఫరెన్షియల్ కాలర్స్ దగ్గర మ్యామ్ డైనమిక్ పేజెస్ రిట్రీవ్ చేయాల్సి ఉండొచ్చు కదా మ్యామ్?
అవును,
ఐ మీన్ డౌన్లోడ్. ఇప్పుడు విజిటెడ్ వాటివి ఆల్రెడీ